Hey friends, welcome back to my stream. Hello Twitch and YouTube. I'm 5 minutes late to start today, apparently my screen is blank, so that's nice. I don't know why that's. Oh, there we go. There's the Twitch. There we go. What is happening? Weird. It was like not showing up. I don't know what was going on. But hey everyone, I'm Josh. I'm a full-time open source maintainer. I'm running late today. A perpetual 5-minute creep on all my meetings, just like when I had a job. So happy to be getting back into stuff. Just got back from Spain, beautiful Barcelona, previously Malaga. So let me get my crap back up. I always post on all the social media channels because I like showing off what I do publicly. So here we go. It also reminds me what I said I'd do an hour ago, which is not necessarily what's top of mind 1 hour later / now. So I'm happy to be reminded by the internet. Oh, yes, Winter Houston. Okay, so who am I? What's going on? I work, among other things, on typescript-eslint. I'm one of the core maintainers, one of. We work on the tooling that lets you lint and format TypeScript code with standard tools such as Prettier and ESLint. And we have a GitHub with an issue tracker, which always has several hundred issues. I would love to get it down to fewer. But alas, there's always more to be done. So I'm just going to look at label triage. Triage being the label for we should... What the... Oh, it is open. Oh my god, it's like 11 pages of this. Now, just the one page. Oh boy. So I want to go from oldest to newest. We have 19 open issues. I have less than an hour, now even less than an hour, much less. So I don't know if I'm going to get through all this stuff, but I am, yeah, I'm hopeful. As always, if anyone wants to ask questions or talk about stuff, I'm always happy to chat. But I'm just going to start going through these. All right. This old one has been off and on triage for quite some time. Symlinks cause parser options project errors. So first up, a long time issue that's been in and out of discussion for a couple years now. Yeah, Jan 30th, few years, let's say, few years now. Fun. Nick, I feel like I don't even want to bother Nick if they do have a Twitter. They don't take it. Like, yeah, files issue. 2.5 years later, he gets pinged on social media about it. Oh, and gets removed at TSLint, so I don't notify myself constantly about this stuff. Okay, what is happening? Symlinks cause parser options.project errors. Symlinks are always a pain. Total pain in the butt. Great feature. Like I use PNPM with Symlinks linking for my node modules. Love Symlinks, but like from a dev tooling perspective of writing the dev tools, oh my god, what a pain. It's there, but it's not there. All right, so the latest, when did we add? Oh, I added the triage label. So what was happening? Last commented in 2022, and we had marked this, I thought, as accepting PRs. Where is it? There's the accepting PRs label. So accepting PRs. Oh, I had added over 2 years ago, October 24th, 2021. I added the accepting PRs label. Let me make that a little bigger. So someone posted a potential solution. Did we get a pull request, or they just posted? That's nice. Close. That's an issue. People just talking about it. No one actually sending a pull request. Oh, I see what happened. Right. I remember why I put this in triage. So this thing that people have been suggesting how to fix for ages, but haven't sent a PR yet. I wish I had time. Otherwise, I would myself. But this is going to be a whole pain in the butt, which is probably why people haven't sent anything in. I'm like trashing on people for the exact behavior I'm exhibiting. Yeah. Very hypocritical of me. Not Hippocratic. I'm also having this problem using Islint from a sim location resulting in error. Project was set to true, but couldn't find any tsconfig.json relative to. Right, so person Alex Kenakan, cool little thing there. Posted, we have this issue. This is actually code I wrote. Lol. I added project true. Very proud of that feature. Right. So, Alex, feel free to send a PR. That'd be lovely. I'll extend that invitation to everybody seeing this. We haven't had time to send a PR ourselves. But I see at least 2 to 3 suggestions to fix the issue in the thread. Wonderful opportunity for someone to send a code contribution in. So the issue with Alex's thing is I'm not 100% sure that the project true issue is the same as the original one in the issue. But either way, if there's a demonstrable problem, we'd happily take in a fix. Yep, so this really isn't triage. This is, or it doesn't need to be triage. This is, yep, confirmed. Please do fix. I wasn't, I was thinking when I put it onto triage, well, should we file a new issue? Should we ask them? No, it's, just send us a fix. This thing has been open for so long. All right. And we're done. Great. Next. Oh boy. Enhancement, support, hashbang, parse, and typescript-eslint. Ooh, 6,500. Love anything from Fisker. Fisker is one of the prettier folks. Like on the prettier team, prettier folks. So always loading. Ooh, look at that. Let me switch my systems. GitHub's having a hard time. Oh, sad little day for GitHub. Poor little GitHub. Let me post about this on Twitter. Mild bug in GitHub. Rendering of, oops, there was an error. Content. In dark mode, it's dark text on a dark background. Text should be swapped to light color, but isn't. Screenshot of, what is this? How would you describe this? Oh shoot, I copied the alt text. Ugh, I wish it were easier to cross post with alt text. I don't know. Love alt text, hate having to work with 3 different platforms of variations of how to add it. Just force me to do it when I paste the thing. You know, why give me extra buttons? Irksome. Okay, what am I actually looking at here? Okay. So, 6,500 pinned to the chat. Next, what is happening here? So we were talking about how to do this the right way. Next from Fisk, is Fisker on B-Sky? Nope. Next from repeat contributor, fellow open source maintainer, awesome. An awesome fellow. I'm very paranoid about the way I phrase compliments. When I say awesome fellow open source maintainer, I put the awesome first because I don't want to imply that I'm awesome. Like, I'm very bashful. Like, I almost said fellow awesome open source maintainer, then immediately I'm like, oh, I'm not calling myself awful. That's so egotistical. The Clint Eastwood, John Wayne upbringing, you know. All right. Around parsing hashbang comments, a surprisingly intricate issue. Yeah, so let's talk about this. What's a hashbang comments? Oh wait, hang on. Is Fisker on? Fisker, there we go. Yeah, so the issue is we are the parser for both Prettier and ESLint users. Like, Prettier uses typescript-eslint to parse TypeScript code before it formats that code for you. Yay, Prettier. Love Prettier. The problem is parsing needs are different between the two of them. So we get in these weird cases where like a tool does one thing one way and the other tool does that same thing a different way. So ESLint has weird things around hashbag comments. That's like this user bin env node type stuff with the hash and then exclamation mark. So hashtag, exclamation mark, hashbang. Where ESLint will like mess around with it for you. So rules don't have to deal with that stuff and sets it as a comment. So we had a bit of discussion back and forth of like, well, ESLint does weird stuff. So like maybe we shouldn't. We had discussion in the linked pull request, again, sent by Fisker. And I hate closing PRs. Like, I truly abhor this on this behavior that we did. But sometimes, like, we realize, oh, wait, hang on. ESLint doesn't support a thing. So, yeah. We're not sure what the right way to do it. Boop, boop, boop. So, yeah. ESLint did, like, weird dodgy of, like, hide it and then re-add it. But then, like, now it's actually part of ES 2023. So, what did I say? Okay. So, hashbang grammar hit stage 4, meaning like every tool should support it, including us and ESLint and Prettier. So the last from Brad, who knows more about these things than me, is that so I said an explicit option to allow CC Fisk. Right, so I'm just gonna confirm. Unless directed otherwise, I think we can mark this as accepted. Also, I saw Joshua Chen, aka Josh Cena, with the behind and opt-in option for parsing the hashtag as a line comment. Let me know if not. Otherwise, I can reopen. Cool. Ooh, hash bad. I always see the typos immediately after pressing enter. Cool. That wasn't so bad. So yeah, I think the problem is just that like different tools support hashbang comments different ways, and they added support before it became a ratified language, like part of the JavaScript language. Fun fact, it was never. So yeah. Okay. Moving on. By the way, I see there are like only 2 viewers right now, so I'm not surprised that no one said anything in the chat. But feel free to ask me to slow down, post questions, comments, whether they are or are not related to what I'm doing here. I'm always happy to chat. Okay. The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues are all from me. So I'm going to skip that because I think it's important to let contributors like to emphasize what external people are experiencing as pain before like the stuff that I've added is like, oh, this would be nice. Like, I'm not saying that maintainers should never prioritize their own things, but like right now I want to get to what other people have been posting first. Because I'm less likely to be annoyed at this project than someone who posted a thing and doesn't get a response. Okay, so October 26th, more than a month ago, preferred knowledge coalescing unexpected failures on condition with generics variable, which can be null or undefined. Already, that title is very off-putting to me because of how complicated it is. I'm not saying that they were wrong to post a complicated title, just sometimes I'm like, oh god, this is going to be a whole thing. Okay, moving to a more standard issue around a lint rule, which is true. Like, most of our issues are just like, hey, one of your lint rules does a thing I don't like. And the prefer nullish coalescing lint rule. Unexpected, weird behaviors around around type parameters and null undefined. Generic things and all undefined. And let's see. Zhang Benber, is that how you say that? I've seen that city come up a lot in open source. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's good. to make so many open sourcey people. Let's put that comment or that link. Boop. All right, did we comment on it? Oh, some minimized comments. Oh boy, a long discussion. Glad we got to it before like a month and change later, at least. So let's see here. What is this playground? Someone should yell at me, by the way. Am I even on? Okay, my mic is good. All right. Test T, val T, or undefined. Prefer using null as coalescing instead of a ternary as it is simpler to read. And then when we fix it, we get val or foo. But that's wrong because what if T can include null? Yep, there we go. That makes sense. This makes sense. What a great reproduction. Oh, I love it when people post like a really quick, simple repro. That makes me happy. Good explanation. All right. Yes, you're correct. T could be null. It could be EU or null. Does the distinction matter? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so people are discussing like Brad, I think, although I agree with Brad's points that this is some funky behavior, agreed that also agreed, I also agreed that it's technically a bug in the rule. Accepting PRs. Let's have the rule give a more specific error message because I think a lot of people get tripped up on type parameters being allowed to be null. Actually, in TypeScript, this might have even been a me pull request. I'm not sure. We added a more specific... We/they, not sure which, added a more specific error message for type parameters in 1 or 2 type narrowing cases. Is this going to be it? Here, maybe this. Oh my sweet heavens! What a long list of files named. What is the solution I gave? Aha! Yes, I remember this now. So like in TypeScript land, let's, do I have, I want to get like a good example to show. Here we go. Let's see if I can get that repro so I can post in the issue. One of these will be it, I think. Let B3. Where are the errors? Ugh. Come on, TypeScript. Read-only partial is not assignable. Partial T is assignable to the constraints of type T, but T could be instantiated with a different type of constraint. Right. So this is like a specific error message that we added to TypeScript because people kept getting confused about like, what do you mean? It's the same type. I did the same as the constraint. So I don't see a way to get it visible in the playground. So I'll just, we added a TypeScript added a similar special casing in. There you go. So yeah, I'll just post that there and let people be done with it. Always a nice humble brag to post. Yeah, TypeScript did this. Pull request I authored. Yay. Let's see if we got a good repro. If the source type is this was the issue. If the source type is assignable to constraint of a type parameter, we should issue a more specific error that attempts to explain the situation. False is assignable to constraint Boolean, but T could be a different, more specific type doing a call. Yep. Thumbs up. Oh, what a great little error message fix. Okay, moving on. Time to learn some more TypeScript and have more weight. Is that possible? It's great. First comment of the day, CalFace Dev +1. Also, hi, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. I wonder if Josh is sharing the right screen. Bit out of, oh no, you just gave me a, first of all, hi, welcome. Thanks for chatting. How's it going? Second of all, you just gave me a little like panic moment. I think I am. Just refreshed. Oh yeah, so I meant to mark this as accepting PRs. Okay, now I'm getting paranoid. This is what I see. Come on, OBS. Did it freeze? What's happening? No, you're good. It wasn't showing at all today. I think I need to refresh it. There we go. Mod check. Ugh. How do I, where's the thing? Ban. You know, I'm so like not used to being on Twitch or whatever that I still get excited when I get spam messages. Like, oh, they think I'm important enough and have enough people that it's worth it to spam me. Isn't that nice? Love it. So happy. It's like guys getting hit on at bars. Like, oh, this never happens. It's great. I see no downsides here. Why would anyone ever not want this to be happening constantly? Great. Okay. Anyway, thanks, folks. Appreciate the help. I really do. I'm not being sarcastic. Also, side note, I need to minus author Joshua K. Goldberg on the issues under triage, and then if I have time, I'll tackle mine. There we go. 7 open. All right. So next up, base rule extension, no var configuration for declarations. Now that I see people are here in the chat, welcome. Hi. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. If you want to talk about anything, always feel free to chat, whether it's clarifications of what I'm doing, hey, your stuff's broken, or, you know, general topping on open source or TypeScript or whatever. Next, Dan Kaplan, SES, Bay Area. Good for you, Dan. I hear nice things. Okay, next, request for a base rule extension around no var. Don't get a lot of these requests these days since we've mostly gotten most of the cases, so it's always exciting to see another one. Or a new one, rather. Okay, oh boy. Oh boy. Discussion. Okay, so there is a core ESLint rule, no var. Oh, Jesus. Dark. And no var says use letter const instead. Like so. Now, there is no typescript-eslint rule extension for no var. Rule extensions are rules we add in because you need to change the core ESLint rule to work well or even at all with TypeScript. We call them extension rules. And they're asking for one for no var to ignore stuff that's in declare statements. The problem with extension rules is they're like kind of heavyweight. There's no good way to do them, so it's always kind of like a little hacky. So we see two. Oh boy, we see two existing issues. One was closed as won't fix. And for globals, and the other is rule proposals prefer to declare var for global declarations. So Josh Sina is suggesting we merge and make an extension rule of no var called var that requires var global decals and forbids in other places. Declaration files, Brad counters with declaration files are pretty rare. The fraction is low, existence. So sometimes the easiest or best even thing for me is just not wade into a conversation. Like I could like come in with my own opinions here, but I want to empower my fellow maintainers and also save my time because they care more about this than me, I think. So yeah, so I'm going to say Brad Hi Josh, did you two come to any conclusions here? Personally, I'd be in favor of the extension rule. TypeScript-eslint var. So yeah, the question actually that I do want to weigh in on, just like say what my personal opinion is on, like whether we should have a no var extension rule, and or should that rule be merged with our rule saying whether you can have a const in a global context. I think they should be separate rules because they're separate things, personally. Personally, I'd lean towards having two separate rules. No var, this issue. TypeScript-eslint, no var, TypeScript-eslint, no var extension, this issue. And separately, the nuanced rule around global declarations. The reason why is they're pretty separate areas of concern, and the latter can get nuanced. So, that's just my opinion. Oh, wait, I think most users would care much more about, I think most users who enable one, I think enabling one is yeah, whatever. I was going to say, like, it's a separate area of concern, but I already said that. Okay. Moving on. 6 issues left to get through in, like, 25 minutes or so. I got this. No misuse promises. Detect incorrectly comparing promises to null. Oh, boy. These are always juicy ones around promise behavior. Let's see. Is Glenn Takahashi on the internets? Oh, Glenn, you're in New York City. I'm there often. And you're not on Twitter. Okay. Or any of the others. Wait, working at what? Oh, Hex. Thought I said next. All right. Fun. These first vars, now promises. All the fun little edge Casey rules. Next up is no one around. No misused promises. Anyone do anything fun this week, by the way? So I'm not all sad and alone. Sure. Always a good time. Boop. Got one of my recent synthwave songs I've started listening to stuck in my head. So, what's happening? No misuse promises. They're saying if you check a promise of string or null, okay, it's a feature enhancement request. If you check a promise, instead of awaiting the result of the promise, you get a complaint. And this is no misuse promises. Problem is, that's kind of already handled by no unnecessary condition. That's so exciting, Calface Dev. Yes, I do count that as fun. I mean, there might be more emotions, such as fear or dread in there, depending on how you feel about the job and what kind of, person you are in terms of anxiety. But no, that's awesome. How do you feel about the new job? Are you excited? I hope. Okay, so while the internet lag happens and then you're answering. So yeah, there is duplication with no necessary condition. This technically already happens, and they mention no unchecked index access equals true. Yeah, that would be a separate issue from this. I believe I'm pretty sure we already have at least one complaint or one issue around no unchecked index accesses. Yeah, we do. Here we go. This one. So should help with that. But if there are other issues past that one, we should improve. With issues with no unnecessary condition past that one, we should definitely take another look at fixing that rule. Thanks, though. the discussion. Oh. Yeah, so I'm going to close this as not planned / won't fix because overlap. Elliot, hello. Elliot, I wanted to let you know I'm in European mode right now. Yeah. Mustache Josh is in the house for an unknown limited amount of time. I don't know why. Whenever I get I only put a mustache on when I go to Europe. It's like a fun thing I do for no reason. It feels like a European thing for me. And then as a result, whenever I have a mustache, it makes me think of people I only know from Europe, such as, half the conference friends I make. So, how you doing though? Only 2 days of gap. That's not enough gap. You got to get at least a month in there. You need to be able to binge a non-trivial show. Like, you need to be able to binge The Wire or Sopranos or Steven Universe or something. But no, that's good. At least you got a couple days of gap. And I hope the onboarding of the new job is supportive. I hope they ramp you into things and not just first day get your shit in there. Ooh. Oh my God, Astro 4! Didn't we just what the hell are you talking about? Didn't we just do Astro 3? Well, I mean that's exciting, but wait, we're on 3.6.4 already? What? Beta 2? What are you people up to? Oh my gosh. Where's 3.0.0 dash? Where's the first one? Okay, so the first betas for 3 came out. Oh, V5. Okay. So it's like one of those well, I guess we have to. Semver things. That's great. Yeah, it's I'm still in the same season mode as August. I still feel like it's fall, even though I'm drinking Christmas flavored coffee. Well, that's exciting. Sorry. Better start writing some Astro templates. All right, what's going on here? Switch exhaustiveness. I had a few nice conversations with people about Java recently about how yes, languages growing and evolving is great and means they're better, but sometimes it's just nice, especially for businesses, to just have a language that doesn't change every 4 years significantly, Halfway through the not me queue, not my issues queue. Yay. Looking at switch exhaustiveness check, seeing if we should, what was this again? Make the issue required. Oh, right. I remember this conversation. And it's from STDDT, following up on a previous conversation. I hit save by accident. This will be fun to go over. Demian, hello. Welcome. How are you doing? What were the Astro 2 changes? I forget. Oh, dang it. I just realized I'm still pinging Fisker. Ugh. Sorry, Fisker. My bad. There we go. Okay, so switch exhaustiveness check. A rule that says if you have a switch statement, you should be exhaustive in your cases. Don't let things run by. Now, right now, the rule by default only looks at unions. If you have the stay union, you have to have a case for all of them, or a default. Default allowed. But we recently received a pull request to require default for non-using. Default for non-union from, was it the same person? Yep, SDDDT. Thank you, SDDDT. Issues are challenges, not problems. Great attitude. Yeah, so they were well, the vast majority of time I want it to be exhaustive. So I added a case so that even if it's not a union, you still get exhaustive checking. Meanwhile, as I pour water. Water break, y'all. Always have water. So they're suggesting turn this on by default. Yeah, so this would be a breaking change. As Josh says. Yep, happy to talk about this as a breaking change. And actually, I really like... Oh, I'm good. Sorry, the chat froze, as in I forgot to look at it. I'm great. I just got back from travel. I'm like finally getting back to a bunch of triage issues, or like things labeled as triage I've been wanting to get to. So they did a non-exhaustive check on this repo for switch statements, and they either had an implicit default or an explicit default. Aside, I love it when people look at the data for suggestions. This is very helpful to know. Thanks. My main concern here is, oh yeah, content collections was a great change. Doing so is very strict for a case that doesn't directly catch bugs. It might often indirectly catch them, which is why folks are in favor of it existing. Though we've learned the hard way, but we linters have heard the hard way that if you add an option, if you add a behavior that just restricts. I still want to bring up my centers. It just often indirectly catches them, which is why folks are. We linters have heard learn how they add a behavior with that just restricts some code pattern without provably showing the bug it fixed. That'll annoy folks. You need to really be able to show that it's that it's greater than 9% of the time, definitely useful immediately. Again, not saying this is bad, just that we've learned its issue is wrong. We've learned it's very hard to put changes like this in front of people. So now what I want to do is I want to see like what would happen if I were to do this on my own repos. So like let's create TypeScript app. I'm just going to look at a couple of repos. Actually, let's start with typescript-eslint. So if we go to main, pull upstream main, git put, git push, yard. So I'm just resetting it. I'm going to go to, do we have switch exhaustiveness check enabled? We don't. So I'm going to typescript-eslint switch exhaustiveness check error. Oh, I forgot already what the name of the thing is that we're checking. Require default for non-union. So I'm gonna, what's it complaining about? Should not have more. What's happening? Oh, it's probably that I need to build, which is currently doing. Require default for non-union. Yep. Added 2 weeks ago, so we're rebuilding. I'm just gonna run it manually so you can see the actual output. Once this build finishes, I'm going to lint. So I just want to see, like, does this option, like, would turning this on actually only have annoyances in our repo? Or, like, would it have anything, would it catch any false positives? So I forget the terminology. Like, would it find something that it thinks is a bug or an issue, but actually isn't? Trying this out in typescript-eslint. The typescript-eslint repo by enabling in our root level eslint config. We get, what do we get? Yarn lint. And just making sure it's not enabled or disabled anywhere else. Yep. It's never mentioned. We get serializer string 21. Aha! So we do get some complaints in places that I wouldn't. We do see a few cases where the option doesn't make sense. Copy as remote file URL. Serializer. Serializer. Switch over a string where there are a couple of cases for known special case in characters. So like we wouldn't want to enable like we don't want to complain about this. Like, there's nothing wrong with this code. Like, the rule would say, oh, well, you should put a like default there or something. That would be annoying. Switch character, switch is not exhaustive, case is not matched, default. So that's a complaint. Ooh, look at this. We got other. Oh my gosh, so many. Scope manager, referencer, line 330. The first cup, looking at the first two. Switch over a child node in AST analysis, where we only want to run some logic only for a couple kinds of child nodes. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Ooh. In both those cases, the code is working fine as is. There's nothing to be gained from adding, nothing directly to be gained from adding a default case. One could argue that always having a default in a non-exhaustive switch is helpful stylistically, but that's a stylistic opinion that not everyone would have. I would go for the opposite, less code. Marking as evaluating community engagement to see if anybody has strong counterpoints here, but unless there's a big swell of user interest, I don't see the arguments in favor of the rule existing being the whatever you call this option powerful enough to override, justify it being on by default. Cool. So that's fun. Why is this one not why is that not giving me the line? I thought I copied the line number. So line 330. And god damn it. Why is this not doing? Oh, I forgot the L. There we go. Nope. Oh my god, I should preview before I hit the save. GitHub.com, typescript-eslint, blah. Ooh, I should copy the commit hash, maybe. TS line 330. Does that work? Ah, there we go. Nope, that's not the right. God dang it. Left equals left express. So it's what, several lines early. What is it? 322, I'm guessing. There we go. Okay. My gosh. Cool. I'm happy with my response here, actually. What the context is, they advocated for enabling this by default in the issue and or PR. I forgot where it was added, and I said, "Whoa, wait, that's restricted behavior. Let's discuss separately." And they were like, "Okay." And then they posted, and I'm like, this is why no. Okay. Again, not saying no, just that we need a lot of user engagements to express interest in this like potentially very woo thing. Woo is not a good feeling in the linter space. People do not like woos. The Macavine, hello, welcome. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing? I just finished an issue triage, so we are good timing. I have under 10 minutes left. Let's see if I can blaze through these things. Fortunately, nothing older than a week or so I don't feel too bad. Oh, this one's still evaluating community engagements. So I'm just gonna remove triage. So that was easy. No magic numbers. Allow bit mask initializer for enum. Oh boy. 8001. Can you believe we're on 8,000 issues and pull requests in typescript-eslint? Ridiculous. By the way, let's say like 5 or so minute warning. Let me know if any of y'all have last topics to bring up, questions to ask, or suggestions of who I should raid in 5 or so minutes when I head out. All right. YF Yang, I've seen that name before somewhere. Probably the last or so issue today, looking at an enhancement request for, was it no magic numbers? No magic numbers. Love enums. What a non-controversial feature. Okay, no magic numbers. It has an option to ignore enums. It won't ignore bit masks in the enum initializer. Interesting. Eslint, ignore enums true, ignore 0 and 1. And they're asking to, implementation similar to, allow bitwise expressions. Wait, so there is a bitwise expressions option in no magic numbers. Wait, where's allow bitwise expressions? That's for prefer literal enum member. Ooh, 2 chats. Finally managed to update our old ESLint config to use latest TSE ESLint. Moved to strict. It's been quite eye-opening. Oh my god, that's awesome. I'm so glad. The strict config terrifies me because it has so many rules in it that are like really strict that people experience pain with it, which is why we're moving them to a strict config. But I'm really glad that that worked out for you. That makes me happy. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Ooh. Maybe here's not the right place. I wanted to create a GitHub issue. If I keep the interfaces inside the types folder separately after the build, the types are not being detected for some reason, maybe the file will be empty, not sure what I'm going to... Oh my god, let's take a look. I love this type of stuff. Thank you for posting. So, yeah, this is a file, meaning the file will be empty. So if you move these to like interface cardines or whatnot, it moves to a types file. Oh god. Yeah, this is a whole thing. There are nuances because depending on how you're buildings and or running your JavaScript, the runtime might make decisions for you. Or sorry, the builder might make decisions for you you might not agree with. For example, if a file only contains types, like type aliases, interfaces, then like different people would have different answers for whether they still want that file to exist even. So this is not a direct answer, but has a lot of good context. We have a blog post on consistent type imports and exports. Like, it's not an easy question to answer because like different setups do things differently. But yeah, I'm not sure what you would be doing wrong there that would cause the build to not detect the types. That's a good question. I don't know. But feel free to send it my way if what I just sent doesn't give you like the right link to the thing that can help answer the question. Good luck. I hope it works out. And yeah, +1 Syncadoki. Yeah. A lot easier to enable good strict lint rules on new things than on old ones. All right, no magic numbers. Allow bitmask initializer for enum. So yeah, this is a pretty specific use case. I can see why you'd want it, but I'm not so sure. But it's hard to see whether this is applicable to very many users. Ignore enums, true. Wait, what does ignore enums do? Ignore enums. Oh, actually. Oh yeah, if it's an issue with create TypeScript app, please do. Yeah, file an issue if my build is messing you up somehow. CTA uses create TypeScript app uses tsup for public visibility, which I think just uses which wraps around ESBuild and does nice things for you. Wait, so actually, yeah, ignore enums. So this e equals 4. Yeah, so this is, yeah, although this is a pretty specific use case, I can see why you'd want it. Perhaps we should make the what is it? Ignore enums option a try state. Never a try state that never state so that users can configure it to look at or not look at bitwise operations. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's a bug in the rule. This is also the first time this feature request has been brought up to my knowledge. So marking as evaluating community engagement. I'd like to it'd be good to see what, if any, other needs folks have, and if this is a common request. For now, you can always use an ESLint disable comment. I'd suggest linking to this issue to raise its visibility. Thanks for finding. Yeah, so like I don't know if this is the right thing to do, and it's a pretty rare ask to my knowledge. Maybe I'm wrong. So, all right, well that's all I have for today. I got through almost all of them. I just don't have the time for this one last thing, which was only filed 2 hours ago, so I don't feel too bad about keeping them waiting. So thanks, y'all. This has been fun. Please do file an issue, by the way. I'm going to now say, let's raid a channel. And I see White Panther and Code It Live are up. So I always generally go for the lowest follower count. Oh, question in the chat. What's the best way to reach you? Do I maintain the email? Oh, yeah, what? Yeah, the email should be fine, or a DM on any of the platforms I'm on. Joshua K. Goldberg, which is linked to and is linked by my GitHub, also has things. GitHub at Joshua K. Goldberg should work. If I don't respond to you within like a week, honestly, within like 72 hours, then like let me know somewhere. Me at Joshua K. Goldberg also works, or DMs on any of these things. But yeah, no, thanks for asking. Yeah, so let's go Code It Live. Let's follow them. But thanks for watching, y'all. Just to recap, I'm Josh. I'm a full-time independent open source maintainer in the JavaScript TypeScript ecosystem. Always happy to talk about open source and stuff like that. Let me know if you want help with anything, especially linting. Bye, y'all. Thanks for watching. And let's close OBS. Boop.